XRP holders are so confused on how the CBDC narrative really kind of fits into the XRP playbook. And in this video, I really want to go over this because I feel as though so many, prominent names around this space are trying to skew it in a way that they're like, oh, well, Ripple is providing zero value to XRP. They don't care about XRP. They only utilize it for, buying and selling and this and that. And this is extremely inaccurate. We're going to address this. We're going to break down the barriers and really kind of look at this from all sides. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you did become a subscriber. If we take a quick look at what just recently got posted by Wrath of Kahneman, we have a great interview of Ross Edwards, Client Solutions and Delivery CBDC for Ripple. It offers color on CBDC projects. Montenegro preparing for digital euro. Colombia is FI to FI, financial institution to financial institution. Doesn't see CBDCs replacing fiat or crypto. Now, as we look at this, we have aiming for impact. Ripple CBDC lead says proliferation of digital currencies not to be feared. I strongly encourage everyone to join the free Discord. There's going to be a link at the top of the description below. This is one of the most valuable and informative Discords out there, and it's completely free. There's a free side that has a ton of free crypto gems, free market strategies, guides, market trends, free charts, and there's also going to be new cheat sheets dropped in this Discord. And already we have a ton of testimonials from members of the Discord that have been absolutely loving it. So what are you waiting for? Go and click the link at the top of the description below and join the free Discord. Now this is a full breakdown. It's a very substantial one. I have it fully, broken down over here with ChatGPT, but I want to go over a few things, which is 70% of business leaders say they plan to identify and leverage strategic partnerships with fintech companies, payment processors, or blockchain providers over the next decades. And also, if we scroll down here, we have, you asked what success looks like. I think success will be where we see sovereign digital currency having an impact for stakeholders. That's what will be extremely important. Is this making a difference? And then also down here, or I thought there was another one, but there actually isn't. So those side notes are pretty crucial, especially the 70% one, because again, this is 70% of business leaders saying they plan to identify and leverage strategic partnerships with fintech companies. Now that could be, Ripple. They could basically fall under all three of these, fintech companies, payment processors, or even blockchain providers. Now, beyond this, if we go over here, this is the full summarized version of this article. So we have it in a webinar titled Exploring an Uncertain Future of Money, hosted by Vision. We have an individual from Protivity interviewed Ross Edwards of Ripple. Edwards works with central banks and regulators in developing use cases and technology for sovereign digital currencies. Their discussion covered central bank digital currencies, technology, regulation, and the future of money. We have down here, the survey results showed 64% of global business leaders are comfortable using digital and cryptocurrencies, which Edwards found optimistic but reflective of a broader acceptance of digital payments. Another notable finding was 70% of leaders planning to form strategic partnerships with fintech companies. Edwards discussed that Ripple's efforts in the CBDC space, leveraging their technology to improve cross-border payments and engage with central banks to develop stable digital currencies. He cited examples of their work with countries like Palau, Montenegro, Colombia, and Hong Kong, each with unique needs for digital currency implementation. Regarding the broader landscape of digital currencies, Edwards emphasized the importance of regulatory status, trust, and adoption. He argued that CBDCs would complement rather than replace traditional currencies and other digital assets, facilitating seamless transactions and integration. The future success of digital currencies hinges on improving accessibility, user experience, and regulatory clarity, with significant progress expected in the coming years. Now, beyond that, I want to go back in time just real quick to February of this year. And here we have a video. Now, this is with James Wallace. Now, if you guys don't know, he is the VP of Central Bank Engagements at Ripple. Because building on top of enabling this digital currency revolution essentially through Ripple, we go over here from 801_XRP and we have James Wallace explaining to the interviewer Georgia's CBDC pilot Ripple has created for them. It's a private blockchain based on the blockchain technology the public blockchain uses, which is the XRP ledger. For each country we're working with, we created a private version, a hybrid. To answer your question, you ever wondered why the BIS projects and the faster payment systems every country has implemented sounded similar to the XRP ledger? Just saying. Now check this out.
The blockchain system. My question is, it's going to be integrated, let me say so, on the existing blockchain, or you guys are thinking about some outstanding system in regards of digital art?
Yeah, it's a great question. So basically, the technology that we're creating for the digital lari is a private blockchain, but it's based on the technology used in the public blockchain. So the public blockchain that we use is called the XRP ledger. It's a publicly available open source blockchain technology. And what we do for each country we're working with, we create a new private version. So you can only use the blockchain if you are permissioned to do so. So we've got the advantage of that is the XRP ledger technology is proven. It has been processing billions of transactions. But central banks like to have things a little bit more private. So we have created a private version. So it's a little bit of a hybrid, to answer your question.
But definitely it's absolutely independent platform, which is specifically performed for each project where you evaluate.
Yes, yeah, exactly right.
Now, this has really kind of led to a lot of people saying like, oh, XRP won't be utilized at all. I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about that. But first, I want to address how many central banks are actually working with. Back in November of 2023, we saw Anthony Welfare, who recently worked at Ripple. I do believe that he left. We have CBDC announcement number 6. Ripple, one of the world's leading technology companies, becomes the technology partner of the National Bank of Georgia's Digital Gel pilot project. Ripple has announced 5 pilot programs with governments and central banks in Bhutan, Palau, Montenegro, Colombia, and Hong Kong, and is in discussions with over 20 countries around the world. Now, building on top of this, we have over here a month ago, Ripple's James Wallace spoke in an interview, that was this interview, about 10 plus countries that have been used or using Ripple technology in a CBDC pilot, but we are only aware of 6 of them so far, while according to Anthony Welfare, Ripple is in talks with 20 more countries. Big shout to XRP Drops for this. Officially announced central bank partners who have conducted a pilot. These are the ones I just mentioned. Officially, Ripple is in talks with over 20 countries around the world. See article below.
We have proven technology that has been used in 10 or more other countries to do similar sorts of pilots.
So there you guys have it. And building on top of this, let's go back to July of 2023. Again, this is a whole year later. So how many central banks are there in discussions with now? We don't know. This is from Fame 21 More. There are 195 countries in the world. James says 5 announced, 5 not announced. Over here we have 6 announced now. Conversations with 20 more. If the conversations turn into signed deals, that is 30 out of 195, or 15.38% running on Ripple CBDC platform that offers private or public. And check this out.
I would tell you that outside of the US, the SEC case, had almost no impact on our ability to get conversations and projects going with central banks. I know here in the US, we focus a lot on the US, that's what you'd expect, but the reality is that the rest of the world does not see things the same way. I think it's been clear for a while that countries like the UK and Switzerland and Japan have been very clear that XRP is not a security. So anyway, moving on to the CBDC side, it's not really been an impediment. Since we started 2.5 years ago on this project, We've announced 5 different countries that are working with us. We have a similar number that are not announced, and then we have 20 plus other active discussions underway. So we've announced 5 different countries that are working with us. We have a similar number that are not announced, and then we have 20 plus other active discussions underway. So
there you guys have it. Now, for everyone that is saying that, oh, like this is on the private ledger though, you can issue on a private ledger or the public ledger when you design a walled garden. You make it really easy for the walls to come down. Paraphrased from memory, Joel Katz.
Yeah, I don't want to second guess what the regulations are going to be, right? I think we'll obviously have to, the government at the end of the day is our client, right? We are providing the technology here. And just to give you a little bit more context on that, this platform that we launched recently, and Jen, I think we covered it a little bit on our discussion, is a platform for issuing either CBDCs or stablecoins. You can issue either on a private ledger or on the public XRP ledger. And this is the platform that we've deployed in Palau and that we're deploying in other countries. At the end of the day, we are not the operator of that. We are the technology provider. Our clients, are the operators, and they obviously work on the regulatory and legal aspects of the currencies. We provide some thoughts on that, but at the end of the day, that's not our role in these projects.
So again, you could issue this out on a private or public ledger. They have the choice. But even if they did choose, for an example, the XRP ledger on the private side, all right, what is a CBDC? Over here we have from Anthony Welfer, in the near future to make payments between them, let's say Bhutan and Palau, that is between their respective CBDCs in private ledgers, will they use XRP as a bridge currency for it? This is a question from an individual on X. And we have, they could use XRP Ledger or any other payment rail, existing or future. A CBDC is a token and can then be used cross-border on any network it is connected to. The key is building the links to the networks, exactly what Ripple has been doing with fiat for the last 10 years. So if we think about this, right, everyone is so up in arms about all of these CBDCs. Oh, they're all going to be on the private ledger, which means XRP won't be used. That is false. These are tokens issued out on private ledgers that could be then connected to public ledgers that could be traded over those public ledgers, and you could still have that bridge asset at the center point, which I do believe that will be crucial. Even in Ripple's old video. Okay, I'm going to play this clip for you. This is all regarding CBDCs.
Designed CBDC can provide a means to bridge disparate currencies through XRP. Its inherent interoperability can allow for connection with other central bank ledgers for efficient cross-asset and cross-border transactions. This can be done with cross-issuance, using XRP as a bridge currency or via cross-ledger communication protocol.
Now, there you guys have it. Right? You could do it through, utilizing XRP as a bridge currency or even cross-ledger issuance. Again, XRP is fundamentally crucial even when it comes to CBDCs. Now, also addressing CBDC use cases, there is so many of them between governments and central banks, enterprises and merchants, and even public. Just take a quick look at everyday use cases here, broken down within payments, tax collection, wage withholding, benefits, relief payments, customs, all of that. All of this could be done through CBDCs or even stablecoins, which I do believe that they will both be cohesive in this new digital financial world that we're headed towards. And again, it's not like I'm pushing for it. Listen, central banks, elites, organizations that make the changes, they are pushing this. They are going to make sure that this happens. We are moving towards, digital, moving away from paper to digital. It's evolution at its finest, but everything will be on-chain. Everything is going to move towards on-chain. And even more recently at the 0.0 forum that I have been putting a spotlight on, Ripple was there with Fireblocks and a few other names. We have great shots from yesterday's permissionless blockchain session at 0.0 forum. Can you spot DPF members, Ripple and Fireblocks, represented by Lauren Beliv, and also Varon Paul, I hope that I'm saying that name correctly, business lead for CBDC, FMI, and blockchains. And here we have a full-on discussion regarding, CBDCs, what's happening around CBDCs, finance itself as well. And this is all permissionless blockchain and financial services. Look at the names that are tied to this. You might not be able to see them clearly, but we have Hedera, we have JP Morgan. I mean, these are very substantial banks here, major names like Chainlink as well, Deutsche Bank, International Monetary Fund, like the IMF is at this. I mean, it's crazy that people are still looking at these meetings, these discussions happening and saying like, oh, there's no way that Ripple is going to play a role. There's no way that XRP is going to play a role. Like, it's very clear from what the BIS has been pushing, concerning the fact that the BIS does have Ripple on the CPMI group, that they are looking at crypto heavily right now. This was on June 21st. We have the 2023 BIS survey on CBDCs and crypto shows that the share of central banks engaged in some form of CBDC work has reached 94%. More than half the 86 central banks surveyed are working on a proof of concept, and 1 out of 3 is running a pilot. And we do know that crypto will be at the forefront of this. It's funny that they do, put crypto in the same hat, if you will, as CBDCs, because they even know that CBDCs don't become a reality without crypto, without blockchain, without the DLT rails there. Digital rails are the new plumbing for this new financial system. And in my opinion, Ripple and XRP do play a substantial role in all of this, just like you saw in this video clip where you have XRP basically being the bridge for all central banks. This is still Ripple's focus. It's always going to be Ripple's focus. But outside of that, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on for more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.